All right, hey gang. I got kind of burned out last night. Kind of ran out of energy. Um, hush phone. But as you can see, I've been working on this thing on and off today. I got the lower hull finished. I did not um, attach the idlers and the drive sprockets, but everything else is on there. I think I hosed up the rear fenders. I butt jointed these things with the fenders, the side plates. I don't know. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Probably not going to happen. Anyway, so I was looking at the instructions here, obviously this morning after I did that, and it looks like according to the instruction sheet here, they're supposed to butt edge to edge. So what I did, here's the side plate and here's the fender, the edge of the fender, and I did this. And what I was supposed to do was this. Not a big hairy deal. But you know, so whatever. Anyway, what I would tell you is when you put these the fenders on here, what I did was I only glued them along the front edge here and left this thing flapping in the wind so that when I put the rear plate on, I could attach these fenders. Otherwise, you could glue these things at the complete wrong angle along here and be completely screwed. So, like I said, I think I messed up, but I don't think it's going to be noticeable, so I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I mean, it's gone together with no issues whatsoever. I haven't tackled the tracks. The idler and the drive sprockets are not attached because of the tracks. So that'll allow me to take the tracks off and paint them separately when we get to that point. The upper hull, I've done a little bit of work on. I've been kind of bouncing around in the instruction manual at this point because, as I alluded to yesterday, this kit actually comes with masks. And I know you can't see the die cut, but these are die cut masks. And they are... Why is the decal sheet ripped in half? Anyway, they are... my thought is, I originally said I wasn't going to use them, but I thought about it. Well, I don't know. I might. We'll see. So my thought is the less things that I have protruding off of this surface, the easier it is going to be to use those masks. That just makes sense to me. I don't think that's rocket science. So, so I'm leaving off as much as I can, and then I'll go back and hand paint the other stuff. From what I can tell, this is a hard edge camo. It's not a soft edge, so going back at it with a brush and touching it up and whatnot isn't going to be a problem. Shouldn't be an issue at all. You will note, let me show you here, this kit actually comes with 3 different idlers. I'll just grab one sprue. So from what I was able to tell, the 6-sided idler is probably the most common for what I'm dealing with. Not 6-sided, 6 holes. The one here with the 8 holes appears to be an earlier version than the 6 hole. And this 4 hole seems like it's post-war. Like Finnish or whatever. These were used in various countries after the war. So I'm thinking, and again, I'm not an expert on this, but I'm thinking this 4-hole idler is a post-war idler, or very, very, very late war, one of the two. What is that? Part 20. I don't know. So right now, I am kind of at the point where I need to just kind of pick through the sprues and see what I want to install and what I don't want to install. My plan is to keep the doors, keep the crew hatches open, well, except for this one here. There's a periscope that sticks out here. So I've got a periscope for here, and then there's the built-in periscope here that's attached to the gun carriage. And commander's hatch here. Comes with the commander figure and another figure. The figure, the poses for the figures on this is pretty cool. Let me see if I can, if you can see that. So there's a good chance I'm going to use those figures. So right now, I was just getting ready to put this PE grill on. So I figured you might, I figured I'd give you guys an update and that you might want to see me fumble through this PE grill. So I'm going to put my eyeballs on here so that I can see. And I'm going to come in here. Now this is this really stiff type of PE that I don't really care for, but it is what it is. So I'm going to come in here with my knife. I'm going to get my sharpening stone here. I'm not going to put a new blade on here for this because this stuff is just, this is going to tear it up. And put a little more magnification on. I don't want to get my head in the way. I'll try not to. There's 4 attachment points here, 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 and here. And these ones are on tabs. So I'm going to do these first. My standard MO is I try and take care of what look like the fragile attachment points first on anything. That's just my standard method of operation. So that seems to work for me. My thought is that if the part's going to bend somewhere, that's where it's going to bend. So so that's where I start. Okay. Now, speaking of bending parts, cutting this on a soft surface isn't the smartest thing in the world. But don't throw these away. You can use these for different things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. And you can clean this up with a regular old nail file or whatever, just like you use for anything else. You just got to make sure you got a good handle on it so you don't bend it. So I'm just going to come in here real lightly, and this stuff sands. You would think that sanding the burrs and stuff out of this stuff would be pretty hard to do, but it's not. They come right off. The hardest thing is finding a place to hold it and being gentle enough with it that you don't bend the crap out of it. That's really the big deal with it. I don't want my daughter doing a service. She's laughing. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it up there. Can you see? You can't really. It's a grill. It's It's actually fairly fine mesh in the center there. So what I got to do now is those 6 tabs need to be bent down. They need to be bent 90 degrees because they actually hold the grill to this frame here. And what I need to look at is, can I just put it on there and then just bend them around the grill? Or do they need to be, or does it sit proud of the frame? No, I think it looks like it goes on and then these things go around the frame. So that's good. That's easy. So you just got to make sure you got the right side up. You want the bolt head detail up. Now I could stick this on I could use a bender of some sort or whatever to do this. But really what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on and then I'll bend them later. After I get them on, I will bend the tabs down. That may be a dumb idea. We'll see. I think it'll work fine, but it might not. All right. Let me get some super glue here. Do I have one that's open? Doesn't look like it. This is regular. I probably got this at Harbor Freight or Walmart or the dollar store or something. Regular old thin CA. Don't need a lot of it. You get this stuff like 4 tubes for $1 or something. I need a toothpick. Because this is modeling and you always need a toothpick. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the CA and I'm only going to put it on these edges since the tabs on that grill go on the other edges. Had a little too much on there. That's not really a good thing, but we'll be all right. Okay, and then I am going to try and place this as best I can right where I want it, right out of the gate. There. Come on. I lost a lot of the glue's already set in a couple of places. That's alright, I just need enough that it'll hold it where I need it. And then I can finish it off. Is that where I want it? That looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to come back in here with some more. Just let it flow under the edge there. Now I'm going to tell you, honestly, I could have done a lot better application there. But it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. We'll give that a couple of minutes, and then then I'll bend the tabs down. I don't need to glue the tabs down. Once they're bent down, they'll stay where they need to be. The one issue I'm dealing with right now is this kit comes with 3 barrels, And they basically give you a choice between two, but they don't tell you what the difference is. So I need to figure that out. And the only thing that I can tell, the only thing that's immediately obvious is the curve here between the curve. Can we use that word? I guess between the end of the barrel and the main part of the barrel is much deeper on this barrel than it is on this one. The bore looks the same, so I don't know what that means. I'll need to look at some pictures and see if I can tell what the deal is with the barrel. My thought is that they're, well, I don't know. I don't really have a thought. I don't understand. What if the barrels were a different length or something, it would make sense to me, but they're not. So I'm not really sure what the deal is. So anyway, let's see here. Are we dry? Are we possibly dry now? Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my number 11 blade, and I'm just going to push these tabs down just like that. Nothing fancy. I'm not going to get all crazy with this or anything. Just bend them down just like that. Come in here from the side. Boom. Do the same back here. And now that I got that in there, I notice this rear edge is not sitting down. So I'm going to come in here. Put some of that there. Put some over here. Front edge looks pretty good here. I don't think we need to do anything there. Voila. Throw this paper away. Okay. So that's just kind of where I'm at now. I'm like I said, now my issue is the barrels. I need to figure out what's the deal with those. The tracks, these are length and link tracks, which means there's various pieces. So that makes it pretty easy. It's not going to be too hard. At least they're not 4 pieces for each individual link. And we'll go from there. So I am, at the moment, going to go do some yard work for a little while and come back to this later today, hopefully. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So I've been off for 4 days. I know a lot of you people have been off a lot longer than that, and I'm really sorry, and that really sucks. It sucks for the wallet, but yeah, I'm everybody in my household has been deemed essential, so we're all still floating here, but my wife's working from home. But my son and myself still have to go out into the world and do what we do, so so there we have it. I will be jumping back on here later, more than likely. So we will see you next time. As usual, take care of the people you love. See you in a bit. Bye.